the realm of Britain, for it hath endured a desolation of 16 winters, bereft of a high king to guide and unite the land. The supreme collegium, entrusted with the sacred duty to anoint a rightful sovereign, hath faltered in its solemn task, lamented the whispers among the people. The 9 surviving legates, their voices entangled in a web of protocol and precedence, have failed to act. Alas, it seemeth the twilight of the collegium, as a potent body hath descended upon us. Throughout the land, tales abound of tribute paid, but alas, it floweth not into the coffers of a worthy ruler, but rather into the hands of invaders and those ill-fitted to the throne. The noble lords of Logris, once stalwart pillars of our realm, hath been laid low, though some secrets lie shrouded in mystery. Duke Ulfius, a survivor of many a harsh winter, findeth himself enshrouded in whispers of a shadowy alliance with the treacherous South Saxon. Duke Corneus, long in hiding, hath emerged from the shadows, and as he journeyed northward with exiles from Hanton, a fateful clash hath erupted at the border of East Saxon. In the wake of many a raid upon Caerwent, key strongholds once lost hath been reclaimed. The Irish, like a relentless horde, wage war upon the lands of Gales, swarming in their thousands, akin to vermin unleashed upon the fields. Norgales, in the throes of despair, offereth tribute to the mountain tribal leaders, known as the 3 Cadlus. These Cadlus, in their quest for willing souls to join their cause, dangle the allure of plunder. Yet, little plunder will be found in battling against the Irish. In the heart of Cambria, the kingdoms of Avalon and Camelot convene beneath the banners of peace, a meeting graced by the presence of the illustrious kings Leo de Grance and Ninteliad. King Idris of Cornwall hath need of willing souls, and the castellan of Castle Dimlock in Tintagel doth seek volunteers for his cause to defend against the King of Cornwall. King Cerdic of Wessex, ever the ambitious warlord, raiseth a formidable host, and seeketh the aids of mercenaries. A fleet of ships, a foreboding harbinger of strife, hath also been amassed under his banner. In the fabled lands of Salisbury, the great Marshal's tournament hath been postponed, for news of turmoil along their western borders hath reached their ears. The Castle Woodhouse, a bastion once held by the late Prince Madoc, and a hoary hill fort of Westford Castle, are said to have fallen under the dominion of mercenary armies. Yet the superstitious whisper of fey-folk and giants, laboring to reclaim what was lost in the days of Uther's invasion of the magician king's Summerland. Hello and welcome back to Tuesday Pendragon Summerland Enchantment in the realm of Summerland, inside of the realm of Britain. We're back on a journey to the forest Savauge, and let's check in with our players first. Go with Rebecca. What's new?
Hi,
Oh, something interesting. You have 13 seconds.
Tell us something interesting that's new. Well, I don't wear glasses. That's fun. I'm Rebecca, and I play Owen, Lady Owen of Barrowcrest. That's interesting. Super fun and neat.
There we go. All right, we'll check in with Emily next.
I am Emily, and I play Beatrice, and I can't take these glasses off, or I can't see the screen.
It's fair. And last but not least, Nicole.
I'm Nicole. I play Sir Alien, and I cannot take my glasses off either, or I will walk into walls.
It's fair. Also fair. All right. Well, let's get started.
What are
Trying to
you?
find a song. No, I don't exist. I'm
What?
behind the curtain. Yeah.
Exist.
I know attention.
Like your glasses, they don't exist either.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
100%.
You don't do prop comedy.
I don't do glasses, even though I probably am at a point in my life where I ought to. We'll find out. If I squint at the PlayStation long enough, I can see what it says. Damn it. So,
Denial. Men
That's the
will
only-
do
that's-
literally
yeah.
anything.
yeah. I was 2019 my whole life, and damn it, I want to hold on to that, even if it's not true. So, even if it's gone now. Fair? Is that fair? Maybe it's not fair.
Faerie. And speaking of Faerie,
Speaking of Faerie, let's get started after I add a song, because I want to play something. Maybe I have it. Let me try this. Yeah, that's right. That'll work. Need a little bit of dramatic tension here.
we're dynamic.
Indeed. All right. This is usually
I'm
the.
still hearing both, just as a heads up.
Oh yeah, that's intended.
That's on purpose. Okay.
Yeah. The ambiance paired with a
Deliberate.
little bit of music. So let's take a look. We're gonna go to the Roll20 screen here. We're gonna take a look at your journey. So, just checking in with y'all. You remember that you were on a journey to company. I wanted to say Nineveh to the Forest Savauge, and that's not accurate at all. So let's. I have a more recent map than that. I guess we haven't really left Summerland yet. Till like tonight.
Yeah, we had our feast.
No, but I mean, like, I don't think we've left, like, other than Elian's brief journey, I don't think we've left Summerland in Summerland Enchantment yet.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so this
We've gone
map
to the
is.
Forest Savage once, haven't we?
Yeah, it was in.
Yeah, but not in this
When
part.
I was
Not
mauled
this
by a
part.
lion.
That was
Um,
different.
That's a.
Yeah.
That was the Padarn.
Was the-
That was in.
yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yes.
Sure, the lions.
And then we left Dogged in charge. Dogged and Nadine. Correct? Sound right?
I know we left.
We left Dane in charge.
Dane
We left
With
Nadine
Dogged.
in charge with Dogged. We took Cadragan, you. I think that was it. Is that as far as we took as knights? Did we take 2? Or did we
I'll leave
also
that,
take
guys,
what's the
open
space?
open to you. I know you might have decided things before, but we might as well be happy with our decisions. So, whatever they might be.
Yeah, I don't know if we made a decision on which knights we were gonna take with us specifically to Savauge. We
decided who would be in charge. I don't think we decided who would come with.
So, Elian, we should probably.
We'll rule out Bolina Bray just for
Yeah,
simplicity.
that leaves a new
Okay.
guy who I refuse to remember his name. And
Rockfail.
nope,
Rockfail?
nope, I don't.
Rockfail.
Nope.
You
can't
would
do
love Emily. It has fail in the name.
it because he fails at everything. So that leaves Brockfail, Cadwigan. Then do we have another one? Or is that it?
I mean, I guess technically
That's
there's the
it.
drunk, but
No, we're
Yeah.
not bringing.
He's
him up.
not. He's not a knight
Nope,
though.
nope,
He
nope,
refuses
nope,
to call himself a knight.
So
That's true. He
who else
does.
we bring in?
Good question.
And Branwyn's gone.
Yeah, no. Your options are Cadwigan or Brockfail, or both.
Yeah, I think we should probably be fine with just Elian and Cadwigan.
Okay. Save Beatrice the headache on the way there.
All right, sounds like we got a general idea. Is that right?
Yep. So we have Elian, Cadwigan, Beatrice, and Olwen.
And Nineveh.
And anyway.
That one you don't get a choice on.
Dang it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Darn.
All right. Hold on. Let me.
Oh, darn.
Oh, darn.
Hold on. All right. So we're gonna do. Let me see here. What is that map called? Map of the Realm. Did I call it the same thing here? Map of the Realms. Look at that.
Hey, look at you being consistent.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
I do not like new setup on Roll20.
Yeah, it's a little difficult, isn't it? Oh, I just added things to a folder that I
Yeah.
hadn't added to a folder. Awesome. Killing me. Let me see. Okay. I'm gonna delete this folder. I said delete the folder.
Delete it.
Delete it.
Delete it.
It's not going away. Not
Oh
going
my
away.
god. It's hard to.
Alright, we'll deal with that later. We'll push it down here. Let's throw it in the archive. What does it say? Trying to archive a folder. I hate this. Okay, hold on.
This folder is really determined that I'm gonna live
Yeah,
here forever.
it's gonna ruin my life now that it's
I don't
there.
know if I should do like the technical difficulty dance.
Not to be dramatic, but this just ruined my life.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on.
How
You're going to be
dare
like
you. How
90
dare you be
something on your
dramatic
deathbed and going, damn you,
on
folder.
Tuesday night
Okay, there we
with
go.
all of us present.
All right.
Here's a more updated version of the realm. Might as well go over it a little bit. I don't try to focus on it. There are some rumors kicking around, and I think most of you are pretty well aware of them just because they're so popular. So Cornwall recently took over the county of Tintagel, which was formerly the sort of head county of Duke Rollo. Now you might be confused because wasn't Duke Rollo the Duke of Cornwall? Yes, there was a duchy and a kingdom. The duchy was part of Logris, which was Uther's realm. This giant, most of the island was Logris, and the duchy of Cornwall was part of that. Then there was the kingdom of Cornwall, which was sort of like an independent kingdom, a very powerful one, and one that just took over Tintagel and Terrible. On top of that, we have some new Saxons that have joined the mix of chaos here. We have in Wessex, a newly found land. We have the one calling himself King Cerdic, the youngest son of Vortigern, half Saxon, has arrived on the island, and he's here to stay. And then up in Escavalon, of course,
now.
we've got... Yeah, for now. Totally for now. In Escavalon, we of course have what we know as the kingdom that was previously kind of like a really petty kingdom. Now it's really emerged as there's some formal claim, some formal claim.
I take
rather,
offense.
right? The king has made formal claim to a future goal of becoming the High King. And of course, he is the grandson of Vortigern as well. So there's some claim to that. Vortigern was like a king in between the line of Uther and his grandfather. So, the line of Uther and his father. Uther's father died. Then Uther's older brother ended up being put on as a puppet king long enough for Vortigern to claim the throne for himself. And then Vortigern the tyrant ruled for a very long time until he was overthrown by Aurelius Ambrosius, which was Uther's Uther's older brother as well, the living one. And then when he died, then Uther got it. So Uther was the third son. A lot of you don't necessarily know that. So I haven't really played into that. I just wanted to bring those points up because times are changing and lands are divided, and I thought it'd be fun to go over. Let's start on our way.
Always nice to see and contextualize it.
Yeah. So I will accept either a intrigue, a folklore, a hunting, or a diplomacy roll. If you have any of those skills.
Ooh.
Whatever one you choose will have some slightly different spin on
I
things.
just don't have diplomacy as a skill. But that is okay.
Yes, diplomacy is dealing with something you'll probably want.
Yeah.
It's diplomacy is dealing with lords and lady, or I should be more specific. Warlords. It's dealing with big figures, so it's not dealing with your average knights and ladies. It'd be dealing with Uther and
Right.
yeah, Cadwy.
More grand things.
Yes.
Step above courtesy.
Like your mother might fall within the realm of diplomacy, though. For example. But you know what I will do? I will give you a tick of 1 in diplomacy. Or a tick on diplomacy.
Ooh.
So next year it'll come up to 1 automatically.
Nice. We'll add diplomacy as a skill. And pick it.
And I'm going to change the music because we're not in the forest yet. We're going to set it on the road. Let's do something different. Let's do...
Hey.
Hey, we rolled this day.
I put all those extra points into hunting.
Yeah, your hunting really just
and
I know, right? Don't worry.
I
It won't be the only time you roll that on this in this session. I promise you that.
That's not a great sign.
Well, I'll take it what it is, but there is a positive to it, and that's not the last time you'll roll it. Okay, we got 2 passes on intrigue. So Nineveh is not really concerned with the politics of things. Her goal is to get where she needs to, and she's being a little bit brazen about it. I think for Olwen and Beatrice, you're both aware. I was about to say very aware, but I'm not sure that's true. But you're both aware of the conflict directly to your north and what's coming about as a result of it. You're aware that there are 2 key figures that are at odds. Lady Helly and, of course, Sir Kaelin's. And I say you're not aware of it because it was your secondary characters that were there. So funny enough, this is something that, you know, we'll give this one to Nicole.
Alien knows that.
Yeah. we'll give you that too. So the danger you have is where you're passing through to get to the forest, the Savauge, involves traveling through either Clarence or Gentian. Nineveh wants to take the shortest path possible without expending any life force. So she wants to travel via the road in Clarence, and she's being a bit brazen about it. The question is, do you want to try and persuade her otherwise? She's kind of being a bit, for lack of better terms, a bit Merlin about it.
Oh, yay.
When I traveled through there earlier, how dangerous were the roads, I guess? Like, how active was the fighting?
We talked a little bit about what you did in the Duchy of Glavum. I don't think we spoke about your trip through Clarence other than the news you heard. What did you say?
No, just when I went through Avalon. I went there through Avalon, then I came back and I talked to, I think it was Lady Helly, my way back through.
Yeah, you would have had to pass through Clarence, at least like on the border of it, just from the way it's structured. Hold on, let me check the road. We can assume, so we should figure that out just because it's important. Your options would have been...
That's how I got my Elvish Palfrey.
was in Glevum or in Clarence. So
It was from Lady Helly, I believe.
yeah, so Glevum.
Wherever
So
that was.
Yeah, the only way for you to really cross into Glevum easily is through Gloucester or Glevum itself, the city of Glevum, which kind of involves you having to pass through Cirencester, which is the seat of Clarence. So basically, you would have had to pass through Clarence. What do you think? Were you more careful about your goal of getting back to Escavalon, or were you quite outward with it? I imagine, isn't your character like famously honest?
Yeah. Yeah, they're horribly honest.
Yeah. So I think you would have just stated you were going back to see your king, and they wouldn't have gotten in the way of that once they understood that it was, Ninteliot. And you kind of look the part. So we'll say that you got through successfully, but you know that it's not so much that the lands are like dangerous and crawling with bandits. It's kind of the opposite. It's more like they're dangerous and crawling with guards that are going to be suspicious of outsiders with any sort of influence. So, people are always looking for spies right now that are
So
roaming about
maybe
their lands.
don't call Lady Olwen Lady Olwen.
It's up to you guys.
That'd be a good idea. It's
Valid point. What do you?
How
what do y'all think?
exciting.
yeah, she says there are a lot of guards, and I think
Point
any
out.
nobles they're going to take note of. Once they realize we're not involved in their conflict, they at least let me pass. But if they think you're someone of importance, that'll cause some complications. It'd be faster if we try and lay low.
Oh, I'm always excited to, not be a lady for a little bit. It's exhausting.
I hate to break it to you, but if we're going to masquerade you as not a lady, you're going to have to change your clothes.
Oh, all right. What do you suggest? I didn't exactly.
I mean, I
remember change.
have extra clothes. I believe I have 2 outfits.
All right.
I don't believe mine would fit you.
Yeah.
I mean, you could try.
What does an anime
Yeah,
look
Ellie's
like
clearly
right now?
way taller
How
than you.
like overtly I'm a lady of the lake.
Nineveh looks the least like what you would expect from the fairy tales of the ladies of the lake. She's more like, I think I described her as more looking like a commoner. Her hands look like they're rough, like she's... Now the trouble is she does wear that famously white robe that she's been recognized for since, becoming a... Well, let's just say she had a little bit of a attaching herself to Uther and Uther's son kind of situation. Not romantically, just she was involved with... She was the chief
Talk about
healer
grooming.
of Uther, right? And
Oh
Matic.
yay.
So there is some in Logris who would certainly recognize her by that.
robe, if nothing else.
Yeah. She
So,
doesn't seem to give a fuck about...
Lady, would you mind a cloak?
All right. Just say, no, I'm fine. Thank you.
Nineveh, I'm going to say this because you and I know each other rather well. You need to lose the white robe. Like, now.
Goodness, Beatrice.
Sorry. No.
We're about to go through an area that's a little under a few disputes. So
Unless you want to teleport us or something, we kind of have to make compromises one way or another, don't you think?
got a point.
Being recognized would slow us down. I understand you want to be quick, and the best way to be quick is to not be noticeable.
She looks like she's pondering the travel thing now that it was mentioned.
It's just what I take off.
She says, if I do so, I will not I will be weak, and it will shorten the amount of time that we can stay there without me needing rest.
Then lose
Well
the rope,
then.
please.
That's
But
your
it
only
would-
other option.
It would shorten our journey overall, and it would give us more of a chance to get to the bottom of this.
It's down to your comfort levels. Either you change clothes, or we find a faster way to approach our destination.
You can also just put something over your clothes.
Does anyone have a strong
gonna throw that out
opinion? Out of character, is anyone voicing a strong opinion now that the
I
travel?
would rather, as the only other spellcaster in the group,
Yeah.
I would prefer she lose the cloak.
Me too.
Either lose it or cover it, because like I would like if the battle were to break out that I am not the only one
Mhm.
that has the ability to fight back magically.
Elian knows better than to fight with the witch.
I would also like to look at Cadogan. Cadogan, I know, looks like a mercenary knight on most days.
Yeah.
So she's gonna look at
He
Cadogan and
fits
be like,
the part.
Cadogan. Yeah, exactly. She's gonna do like Cadogan. Never mind.
He's
He's
even
a
avoided.
commoner anyway.
He's not wearing chainmail. No, Elian doesn't look like
Oh.
one because Elian has really fancy armor.
Mm-hmm.
But they've also
And is
passed
too
through this
honest
way
to-
before,
yeah.
right?
That's true. I was gonna say Elliot's passed through before.
A
I
few
feel
times.
Like we might be okay with Elliot.
A few times. The people of Lady Hilly have been kind to me. I wouldn't be so sure about how I am with Sir Callants.
Well. Alright. Well, as long as we get Nineveh to lose the rope or cover, then we're good.
Yeah. Nineveh will do so. All right.
Yeah, Owen will change into like some of Beatrice's spare clothes and then like just grab a couple little twigs and just wrap them in her hair. It's like, how do I look? Do I look like I'm not a lady at all? Look like I've been toiling away.
Just get on the horse.
Elian leans down to Beatrice and is like, is that what you think commoners dress like?
Yep. Yep, it is. Let's just address
Like
that
a
problem
flower
another
crown,
day.
but it's just branches.
Let's go.
Elian goes, I know I chopped my hair off, but I don't think I've ever seen commoner girls do that with it.
No, she just has no idea what it's like. It's fine. We'll address that issue another day.
Okay. I'm going to get our. There's going to be someone assisting or being assisted by Nineveh in advancing, but I need someone to be like the guide and make hunting rules for us going forward. Is that?
Do you want me
Elian?
to try again?
It'll be Alien or
Yep.
Cadogan.
Yeah.
So
See if I
Elian,
can make
you
it
can
this
do
time.
this. You can
Try
actually
my
do this at
one.
advantage right now because of Nineveh. So just do roll 2. I know that's a D&D mechanic, but I've seen other people use it. It works.
Is there a way I can impassion this?
You can. Did you hear the part where you get to roll 2 and take the best? Just verify.
Yes, but I've been rolling horrible. But yeah,
Okay.
let's try it.
Yeah, you can impassion. What is driving your passion here? Is this an excitement to see Faerie?
I think a little, yeah. She's a little homesick.
Okay. All right, you get a +5.
Oh,
All right.
I'm glad I impassioned.
Yep.
So there is going to be absolutely no trouble reaching Bath. Which used to be easy, but now isn't anymore.
Uh,
And funny enough, you find yourselves like in Bath as you leave. Like even this road is like covered in forest, and so we're gonna take one more hunting roll from Elian. No longer impassioned, of course. You can roll this at advantage. Still. There you go.
hey.
Okay. You end up taking a shortcut. You lose track a little bit. You find the path again, which was once a road, and then it kind of clears up a bit as it nears the border. So as you reach the border between Summerland and Clarence, you find there are. Actually, let's start with some awareness tests from everybody.
Hey.
Woo.
Oh, the full gamut.
Gotta love it, right?
Mm-hmm. Always just playing with the sticks. Maybe if I...
One sec.
She's just been doing that this whole time, so Beatrice and Elliot are like not paying attention to it at all now.
Yeah. No, Beatrice has tuned out this entire traveling party. That's why she's so aware. She's gone numb.
Full dissociation, but in her dissociation, hyper-focused on everything else.
Okay, so we'll say for Beatrice, it's maybe a bit of a feeling before you even notice. You see, like as you're going up over a hill, you sort of get a bit of a premonition. You know that there's, that you're reaching the border, and you know that the border is patrolled. So as the three of you, or as the group of you are moving, like with a hill kind of, or up the hill towards like what will be a high point where you'll be visible to anyone at the low point. What do you do, Beatrice?
I would let our knight know. I would let generally everybody know, but focusing on the knights because they're the ones that are gonna fight if need be.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking those of us who are armored go in front in case there's any ranged weaponry.
Mhm.
Oh yes.
Okay, so going to approach as normal on the road?
I mean, cautiously.
Yeah, but with the knights out front.
Yep.
Is that the idea?
Cautiously,
Yeah.
nonchalant.
Because technically we're not doing anything wrong.
Yep. You see a group of knights. 5 knights move to kind of surround you.
Yay.
Think posturing like the Rohirrim in the Two Towers, if you've seen those movies. They encircle you a few times at a distance, all riding together.
All right. Fight if we only absolutely need to. We're gonna try and talk our way out of this.
I'm gonna roll.
I mean, there's only 2 knights and 3 women, so
Yep.
Elliot's not counting herself among the women.
Oh, she's a knight.
She's a knight. Yeah, that's more than being a male or female. So that's the important bit to her.
Yeah.
Nineveh looks annoyed. She just sighs. Let's hurry with this. I don't have a lot of time.
Yep.
I'm thinking we're
on it.
still just going forward because they're just circling us.
Yep.
We're just like, hey.
No, you're kind of brought to a stop. Like, you have to stop. On top of that, you were here to protect
Probably.
your guards, because they're not just encircling you, they're encircling the whole group. And they kind of move to stop.
Lovely.
The lead one speaks.
So,
Or sorry, go ahead. You may get.
I'm just thinking that Elian's first instinct is to get in front of Lady Olwen, and then remembers that they're not treating Lady Olwen as Lady Olwen. So they're walking Nineveh instead.
Yeah, I think Owen like starts to speak and then was like,
The lead one says, "State your business."
Just passing through. That's all.
Out of character, where's the location for Savauge?
You
We're trying to
don't
get to.
know, actually. You're aware that you're supposed to go, like, you haven't been there is what I mean, but you know where you're heading. You're supposed to be heading towards, like, basically through Cirencester, and then she's going to effectively have you cross into the forest from there.
We're making our way to Cirencester.
With what purpose?
My companion and I, she gestures to Cadigan, were hired to see these ladies there.
They're gonna scrutinize Owen.
It's not entirely wrong.
Yeah.
They do pay me.
They're gonna scrutinize them, and I'm gonna go by glory bonus here. Beatrice, do you have over 1,000 yet? Glory?
I think I'm so close, it's painful. I'm at 906.
That'll work in your favor right now. They kind of
Okay.
look over Beatrice first. The scrutinizing look. Olin, what's your glory now?
3,400.
Oh my god. Oh no.
Let me check
On
something.
face, sticks in hair. I'm so unattractive right now.
Does her wonderful disguise
Yeah,
help?
from your sticks and my clothes.
By the way, this is Olwen trying to make herself unattractive, not to assimilate herself as a peasant, as a lowborn.
They look over Nineveh next.
Oh god. What's Nineveh's glory? Do I want to know?
1 million.
2,000.
Oh, that's a whole nother-
I'm better than you.
And then lastly, they kind of scrutinize Olin.
I don't think I already did Olin.
No, that was Nineveh. Or yeah, I did, didn't I?
I think you haven't done me or Cadigan.
I'm not worried about those two. Just checking something.
Okay. Not worried about me or Cadigan. Alright, good.
Hey there.
Yeah. In the sense that you're knights, you fit the part. They're not scrutinizing you. I could do a recognize, see if they recognize you, Alien. That makes sense. What's your glory?
2,556.
No. So, no, I did Nineveh. I did Beatrice. Then I rolled Beatrice, then Nineveh, then Alien. I haven't done Olwen's yet. Oh. Uh-oh.
Oh hell.
Was that for Morgan?
No, that was
That's
for Olwen.
for that's Owen.
Oh,
Do you have Morgan with you?
I didn't think we were bringing her. Do
I don't
we
think
think
so.
we're
I
bringing
think you
her?
No.
opted not to, right?
Yeah.
I just want to check.
Sitting, watching over her.
That's going to be its own piece. But you see them, I think, intrigue for Beatrice, Ellie, and Olwen. Let's see if you recognize that he's starting to scrutinize Olwen a little bit closer.
Yes.
Do they have heraldry visible?
Yes.
They do. And does...
Can I try and recognize?
You want to see who they are? Yep.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a roll. Okay.
Yay!
Sir Griffin.
Hi.
Do I know who they
You
have
remember
allegiance to?
encountering, yeah, Kalen's. These are Kalen's knights, his border knights. You remember encountering probably your last time through. But remember, he doesn't remember you.
That's fine.
Yep. So the question is now, with those who pass intrigue, would you like to do anything? He seems to be scrutinizing Olwen in a way that looks like he might be maybe not entirely recalling who she is, but really
But recognizes to a
yeah,
point.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. Beatrice will kind of ride closer to her and just say, sir, this is my sister, Nim. She's a little off,
Okay.
if you know what I mean.
Oh, God. All right.
Oh no.
I need deceit rolls from both.
Oh
of you,
no.
please. Yeah.
I tried. Guys, I'm so sorry. Can I impassion this? Can I impassion for this guy?
Yeah, you absolutely can.
This feels like
Please tell me
royalty
that.
gathering. This doesn't feel like horse god.
Please tell me that Elian is not involved in
Oh,
this deceit.
come on.
No negative. No negative. Just flat.
Oh yeah, this is
Hello.
Rebecca, this is gonna go great, by the way.
Nim.
Oh.
I'm Nim. I'm a slow peasant sister.
Oh no.
No, it's not you that overdid it.
It's me.
It's Beatrice.
I still failed.
He failed, but Beatrice fumbled. So,
Oh no.
By the
I'm making
way-
her yes
by the
and
way,
with me by
Beatrice-
being worse than that.
your honest went up by 1.
Okay. I'm famously
Automatically.
honest, I think now,
Yep.
which is
Well, that makes sense.
hilarious. I just tick it up one. Don't
Yeah.
like.
You've
I
got the
just up
can't
it
lie
one, don't tick.
disadvantage.
I can't
Um,
lie.
No,
Rubs
no,
more
it's,
dirt on her face.
Oh, I'm just
Actually,
bad
yeah,
at
it's
it.
against your characters. So the assumption is when you hit famous things that you generally just behave that way.
Oh no.
For what it's worth, my honest is 17.
Ugh. I just got to 15.
Oh, you're 15?
Yeah, so I imagine this all happens in Elian.
Is that famous yet or no?
No.
No.
Wait.
Okay, I'm just borderline.
I think 16 is famous.
16
Yeah,
is
16 is
famous.
famous,
I
yeah.
don't have anything at 16.
Yeah. I remember that. You have a lot just short of it, which is a common build. Lots of people end up with that.
Oh no.
So they're
They're trying to do this to see, and Elian just freezes and is like, "Hmm?"
yeah. It's almost in the way Beatrice words it in Nim, and then my sister, and then he's like, "Oh, really?" And you are, and you just find yourself fumbling. Their eyes are still on Olwen, and he looks back as Sir Griffin says, "Well then, looks like we have a political prisoner. Your name, lady?"
He wipes the soot off of her cheek and takes the sticks out. Lady Owen.
I see.
Who I believe you have no quarrel with.
We don't have a quarrel with you. We are merely passing through. We don't want any trouble.
But we're trying to protect Our Lady on the journey.
High or low, Rebecca?
Hi.
Hey!
That's. She says, or he says, rather. You're Melior's niece, yes?
Yes.
And I'm gonna just test this dude's age. So he's like,
Always crafty on.
it's like, I remember you. I visited your uncle's lands once. You were staying there.
I was. He was looking after me after Salisbury raided my home.
And I understand that you still dwell with your uncle? Is that correct?
My uncle is dead.
Oh.
He
Might ask
died.
how.
He died in... Oh god, I can't remember the name of it. But it was the same battle that Emma died in.
That's not gonna help him.
I know.
Is it
What else
Albans?
happened there?
No, it wasn't St. Albans. If I remember the stories, it was something about Merlin making a tunnel and fighting off Saxons. I just have stories from
He laughs at the first part.
in
The
the
second,
runway and my old friend Gwydion, who were there.
he shakes his head. Well, as far as the Merlin myth, he's nothing more than a baby stealer. But you have to be more
don't know anything
specific when
about
it
him.
comes to fighting the Saxons. What brings you to Cirencester, Lady Owen?
We hope to enter the forest.
The forest? For what purpose?
Our own. Know that it is not anything that you should concern yourself with, for it is not against you in any way.
He's gonna
We have
ride
our own
his
personal.
horse up
Out
to
of character, I'm gonna
Beatrice.
do like Merlin stuff.
He's gonna ride his horse up to Beatrice awfully close, like almost in an intimidating manner, and say,
She raises her head.
yeah,
Your business is not with my handmaiden. Sorry.
what reason
with
are you
me.
going to the forest? Yes, I trust your handmaiden and that she is incapable of lying.
Smart knight. Someone kidnapped my sister. I would very much like my sister back. My lady is helping me diplomatically for that reason. I would very much appreciate it if you allow me to go get my child sister from the people that took her. They're not politically linked to anyone. They're just bad people.
Well, he's famously merciful, but he just rolled a 19.
No,
Hey.
he failed. And he failed.
Oh, that's
Ugh.
bad.
I think he just says, hold on, let me just go up top, make sure I'm not defying anything. Proud, modest, yeah, no, nothing right.
Oh, I mean.
Oh, I can explain this. He says, would
How is he
be
both
a lot of
proud and
trouble.
modest?
He can't be. We always go with a higher number.
Okay.
Yeah. So we proud 16, modest 4. Or sometimes we go with like, okay, that's for a directed trait of this. But in this case, it's
Yeah,
going to be proud.
sorry.
So he's proud. We've played him in a way that definitely sounds proud. And he's got a famous loyalty lord. That's kind of his vibe. He says, my lord Callens, never forgive me if I let a spy from such a strange land as Summerland in through his city.
Are we spies now?
I've been through a city.
And you are? Looking at you.
Oh, Sir Allian. I was at the banquet where there was the attempted assassination.
I don't remember
Lady
your
Maleri?
name.
No, but I did kind of break the guy's hand.
So because you're famously honest, like he does recognize that is probably true.
To be frank, I don't think Sir Callens had anything to do with it.
Of course not.
To be honest,
Why would he?
I don't think Lady Healy did either. The people I found who were involved were not from
He spits
Clarence or Glebham.
when her name's mentioned. She's been nothing but a plague to this land. That pretender.
I'm sure they don't get on, which made it easier to start conflict between them. Frankly, it's none of our business.
Very well then. I will allow you passage through Kester under escort, but you're not to stay there. Simply to pass through.
That's perfectly acceptable. That's all we wish.
Thank you.
And with that, you are assigned an escort. Let's see who this dude is. Sir Aldwin.
Hey.
And not to be confused with
Deceitful.
Aldwin.
We have the same name.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so into Gester you go, and Emily, high or low?
God. I mean, high seems to be serving us pretty well right now.
Okay.
That's always
Side
frightening.
note, what did I do with that guy who I ransomed? I didn't realize at first I had him to ransom.
Who was it again?
The guy who tried to stab Maleri at the banquet.
Oh, you would have gotten some kind of Sorry, you hostaged him. Did you ransom him in return?
I think so. We didn't go into it after that.
You just make a note of it. Those are the things we'll try to answer like in between. But generally, that would be you would get paid a ransom for them. Anyone you capture.
Okay. I'll make a note of that. Did we have his name? Or just dude?
Not actively. I'm sure I did 3 months ago when I ran it. But yes, I don't recall what we called
It's gonna
them.
rate.
We do have
Dude at the
videos.
banquet.
Yeah, we do have videos that will make it easy to track down later, though. So that part's good. It's one thing I love about this. We don't have to keep like reinventing names of characters that we come up with 5 months ago, and then we decide to make them slightly more important for the future. So, like in most games, I love the recording part of it. Okay, in through Kieran Kester, things go off smoothly, no issues. So you're going to be afforded an opportunity to enter the forest at that point. And we will cut over inside.
Yay. Ugh. People scary.
Do you all remember why you're here? It's been a while.
We're
so I'm
going. Nineveh got information on getting Nimue back and defending against my mother.
And we were looking for Vivian specifically, I
Yep.
believe.
Yep. Is anyone more curious than that? Where you're going? What's going on?
Yeah.
I mean, always.
Oh my.
Okay. Because Nineveh is not going to share shit unless unless prompted. So.
Oh, Beatrice is
Oh, yeah.
grilling her.
As soon as like our escorts leave,
Yeah.
it's gonna be like always gonna be like, all right. So we're about to go in. What more can you tell us? Clearly, we're unprepared.
We're here to see Meg.
Who's Meg?
Meg.
Meg is Vivian's older sister.
So, sister as in Lady of the Lake type of sister, or actual unrelated sister? Or unrelated from the lake?
Blood sister. Y'all can give me an intrigue test on that if you want.
Mm-hmm.
Beatrice very exaggeratingly rolled her eyes the minute Nineveh is like, "Oh yeah, her older sister," and Beatrice is like, "Great."
Success on intrigue.
Lillian just takes everything at face value.
Okay, perfect.
Not even gonna roll.
Awesome. You can take an automatic test or check in trusting for that then. Want to get these things to the right levels if that's right. So what is your trusting, by the way?
11,
Yeah, pick it is. That
which
makes
is
sense.
surprisingly low for her.
Yeah. Okay, so even though I think Olin and Beatrice, she wasn't lying about the blood sister part, but there's something else there, specifically around the Lady of the Lake inquiry.
Nineveh, what are you
used to be
hiding?
one.
What was that?
I asked if she used to be one.
She did.
Did she leave?
She was banished.
Like my mother?
Similar, but not related.
What did she do?
She spent time in Faerie when it was forbidden against.
See? She finds someone. So tight, Beatrice.
All right.
That was
It's all right.
a good
I understand.
stifle. That was really good. So at that point, I think at that point she just says, She was cursed like Elian is. She lost her...
Aliens?
Like Elian.
You're
Elliot
cursed.
looks over as annoyed as Elliot could possibly be and go, I'll have you know I was blessed and that's why I didn't age.
She
Okay,
just
we can
looks...
unpack that later.
The other thing is unrelated.
She lost her focus and drive. The lake, Summerland, it wasn't home to her any longer. All she
Oh,
craved,
that bit. Yeah, that's the thing.
all she remembered, it was as if the rest of her life was nothing in comparison to her time there.
That's valid. I'm saying that in character.
Did Vivian often go to see her sister?
Not for some time, actually. But her sister is capable of navigating Faerie. And that's where Vivian's realm is now. On the
Why would
edge.
she go to Faerie?
Maybe she sought comfort of family when she thought everything was going
But her
belly up.
sister is not in Faerie. Her sister knows how to navigate to where she is in Faerie, which means Vivian just ran into Faerie.
I mean, I know when I broke for a little bit, I ran into Faerie. It was as
So-
if I was pulled there on some sort of invisible red string or something guiding me.
Vivian wasn't
Elian-
broken when she left. She saw me before she
Elian-
left.
Elliot looks a little embarrassed, as much as they can be, and goes, I know you guys are at the entrance for Sealy, but the other side's actually really nice.
Oh, I've heard, or at least I imagine so. Well,
Vivian had a plan. She didn't run in there blindly or out of some sort of being broken. Padarn was broken by
Different people show
Vivian's
their-
actions. So she had a plan, and you know what that plan is. What
You-
is
you-
she planning?
Nineveh shakes her head. We were never close.
That seems fair.
Vivian was highborn. I was not. Vivian was she who excelled. I did not.
That actually makes a lot of sense. Also makes a lot of sense why I fought with Vivian quite often, and I actually very rarely truly fight with you.
My guess? Vivian saw what was coming. We aren't supposed to intercede directly. It comes with consequences, both to ourselves and to the outcome. We don't know how our influence will change things.
I mean, if you sort of let things happen, that's influencing it in its own way.
She
Indeed.
left so she
Choice.
would.
Do you want to do like why don't you test suspicious here on her? Like,
Right. Oh.
whatever the fuck that means. I'm surprised. It might not be that you trust her. It might just not be you putting pieces together. But I think Beatrice,
Yeah.
being the skeptic she is, and you can tick that suspicious there, Beatrice.
Let's go.
About time.
Yeah. I think
Famously suspicious sounds about right.
Yeah.
So, what you remember hearing about Nineveh specifically? She healed Matic on the field in Cornwall.
Mm-hmm.
The only reason he lived. She maybe not healed. She treated Uther along with Gwynedd.
With Benid.
But at the end of the day, Gwynedd died.
Mm-hmm.
She did nothing about that.
Yeah. Owen has already, like,
Yeah.
in character, been very upset at her for not bringing Gwynedd home.
I'm just pointing out the contradiction in her comments.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's specifically why, like she said, a choice to not intercede is a choice to influence. It's like she was specifically in her mind thinking about like the choice to take Gwynedd away from her and come back without her.
Mm-hmm.
Nineveh. She left because she didn't want to influence the outcome. You stayed because you have a stake in the game. You heal people when you choose, and you choose not to save people when you choose. So you do both. I'm curious, just in general, as to what your aim is.
How do you determine what the proper course of action is in any given situation? How is it that you can decide it was worthy of being treated and saved versus who is expendable, who gets to die when they're still very much needed?
I didn't want Gwynedd to die. That's why I left her with that potion. I don't know why. I don't know why she didn't take it.
She did and it didn't work.
No, it would have worked.
Are you trying to protect people you care about, or do you have an outcome that you're hoping for?
She looks up at the sky. We should be on our way. It'll be dark soon.
I continue to avoid the question, Nineveh. We can walk
Fine.
and talk.
She nods. This land is on the cusp of change. there's a boy who will be king soon. I believe him to be from Cambria. Perhaps an Intelliate son, I don't know. He will bring about an even greater change in these lands. He will unify them, but it will unify them in Christianity.
Yeah.
And in that, the mist will thicken, the lands will distance, the realm will become unenchanted.
Will we lose what we can do?
Not us, no. But those that come after us.
Lie.
None of my daughters will be able to do what I can.
I cannot say how long. But it will change. I think that I thought that if I could keep Matic alive, she shrugs.
Nineveh, talk to me when this is done. I'd like
can
to
give
know more.
You can give me one more suspicious test for anyone that doesn't.
Let's go.
And then we'll get on to some hunting. Don't worry, Elian. There's more coming your way too.
I'll.
Elian's just
Oh, that was,
again. Elian's taking everything at face value.
Works.
Everybody
Yeah.
failed.
We'll leave it there. That's interesting. So, okay. Let's start with hunting roll, and this one will be at a +2, but not an advantage because it's the forest, and it is brutal to navigate.
Can I impassion? She's really excited for Faerie.
You may. Yep. I'll give that to you one more time. Okay. So that will be a guaranteed success. Go ahead and make the roll anyways, because you could crit. Okay.
Okay.
You end up moving through the forest. Successfully navigating, which is a good thing. I will take a d20 roll from... we'll go with Rebecca this time.
Oh, I was muted.
No, it's all good.
Fine. It's just narrating.
I will take some awareness rolls real quick. Where is that?
Failure.
Dang it.
Am I still impassioned?
Not in this case, no. This will be like hours after kind of thing.
I still succeeded.
Okay. All right. So at this point, you reach a place where, so for Elian and Beatrice, you notice some common folk up ahead. They seem to be wandering about. They look like confused as they're looking up the trees.
So hard to know if that's real or a trap, right?
People looking in trees.
Random people on the road.
Hmm. That's a good point.
Nineveh, do you think this is a trap or this is genuinely just people stuck?
I think those are bandits.
Alright. Should we avoid them?
There's only one path,
Oh, that's unfortunate.
lest we wish to go off it.
No, I don't.
Trading
Blades.
one sort of danger for another.
Yeah, I would just say blades at the ready.
Okay. They you see a boy and a girl.
How many are there?
There's two of them as you approach. Give me one
We
second.
haven't
Okay?
noticed any others.
No, nope, just them. Give me
How
one
old do
sec.
they look?
1 sec. Grab that for you. I have somewhere the ability to show you this. I just don't know where I put it last time.
Oh.
Sorry. I think this is a good pause anyways. When I go to a quick break, I'm just going to set up some tokens so that we can show stuff off. And we'll be right back.
Lovely.
Yep. As you get closer, you see that they are slightly younger, and by that I mean like in their tweens, maybe. Both of them.
Do they have any weapons on them?
Good question. Yeah, he has, well, visible. He has a. Let's see. Let's see which one of the two of them has it. She does. She has
It's-
a spear.
Hell yes.
They look up, and they look like happy to see you. Oh, are we back on the main road? Where are we? Sir Knights? He says that, and then she's standing guard a little bit quieter.
Is she maybe like the big sister?
Yeah.
It doesn't bode well for you to be lost in this forest. How did you get here?
He goes to start saying something, and then she says, "It doesn't matter. We just need to get home, and we are hoping that you could help us find it."
Where's home?
Sense.
We're not native to this area ourselves, so I don't know how much help we can be.
I would need more information if we are to take you home. For instance, where is your home?
Yeah, right.
One sec. I'm just pulling up a map here. I apologize. I thought I was on the right map, and I wasn't. There we go.
That kettle corn or just regular popcorn?
Kettle corn.
Hell yeah. Kettle corn.
We had the of like an art craft show, and outside of it they had a truck that had fresh kettle corn, so it was still warm
That's always
when we got it.
Oh,
Because I don't like it store bought, but it's the best when you get it from like
Oh,
a
it's
when it's fresh.
never great when it's store bought, but we tend to have like a lot of farmers markets in SoCal, and lots of times there's kettle corn, and they just make it in these huge batches. I used to be so obsessed with it.
I usually only see them at like the 4-H fair, which I haven't been to the past couple of years.
What's the 4-H fair?
It's 4-H club is like an agricultural educational club thing for kids and teens.
Oh, that's fun.
So they have a fair every year. Yeah, so like there's a tractor pull. And like one of my favorite things is like there's little kids on these old tractors.
Mm-hmm.
What they do is they kind of build up to them pulling huge objects across like the paddock, the riding area. And there's the horse shows and dog agility, and there's a carnival. I never go on the carnival because the rides are terrifying. Yeah.
Oh my god. Do they have any like circusy stuff there? Or is it just like
I don't think so.
And games and stuff?
It's just game stuff, and I think there's a couple of rides, but I don't trust them.
That's still fun, even if there's no like jugglers and stilt people and fire breathers and you know.
Usually I like to go around. So the kids have like science fair projects that they do. They're cool.
Oh, fun.
And then a lot of them, like what they'll do with 4-H fair is they'll raise some animals, like they'll raise a chicken or a rabbit, or multiples of them, and then they have them for like show. So I enjoy that because they're very pretty. That's what they're pretty.
Do they also do like agricultural contests where they have like basket
or they weigh? It's more about like livestock. They shear sheep.
Okay.
That's a contest. There's also a pig auction.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. And at one point,
steers.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Like young cows.
Out in Norco, Corona area, there's like a festival every year, and they do a lot of stuff. Like it's like the Norco County Fair. They have similar stuff, like where they have rides, they have games, they have food stands, and pony rides, and they have all that sorts. They have like this one contest that's very much like, hey, show off your garden stuff, and they're so like unfair with how they judge it, because it's not about like who grows the most like impressive spread or the nicest stuff. A lot of times they judge it on artistic merit, just like how they arrange the basket of vegetables, which is like that should not be the merit. That should not be how we're judging it. If the point is to show off like the bounty,
Yeah, the 4-H fair is kind of like the state fair, but smaller because it's A, it's super local, and B, it's essentially the kids are the like participants.
That's fun. I love that they do things like let kids have an outlet for that sort of thing and make it seem like they're actually doing something with their, hobbies and their clubs.
I'm sure a lot of city folk are a little disturbed by the fact that they eat their animals or sell them to be.
I'm sure a lot of city folk are disturbed by that in general, but like that's part of farming lifestyle.
Exactly. I'm like, I'm vegetarian and I'm fine. Like that's what they do. I should be like
they're
grossed out, but
raising
no.
them for a reason a lot of the times. You know, like what are they gonna do? Just be like, all right, we raised 10 cows and now we're just gonna like release
Have
them.
10 cows.
Just, yeah.
Yeah. You know, I have the chickens, but they're for eggs.
How we do?
Which means coming spring, I'm
Do
gonna
they
have
have
way
more?
too many eggs. Because I'll have 6 chickens laying. So I'll have to give away a lot of eggs.
I read a thing today that was talking about in the 12 Days of Christmas song. Do you know how many
Mhm.
birds are gifted during that song?
Are we doing
I've never
exponentially?
counted.
Where
There's
like,
ridiculous.
or is it just
23.
one counting all the way through?
23.
Yeah.
Out of the 12 Days of Christmas, there are like 7 of them that are birds. And
Yeah, it's
so there was a
insane.
bunch of threads online about the fact that like a little bird heavy this year, honey. Like getting that many gifts, and then it's like by the time you get to 5 golden rings, you think you're done, and then bam, geese. Like
Ugh. Also,
there's
like, who
geese.
needs more than one goose? Please.
Who needs a goose?
Like,
Geese are
who
mean.
needs a goose? Geese are the worst. I'm
They
gonna go
are.
on
So-
record. I don't
So
care.
domestic geese.
are
Domestic
horrible.
geese are more like a dog. Like not the Canadian geese that we have here that are wild, like the farm ones
Mhm.
that are domesticated. Yeah, they are sweet little dogs.
Mhm.
I
I don't trust them.
If anyone got me 23 birds for Christmas, I would be a little upset because like that's a lot of birds. Like I don't even like birds
So
that
many
much.
birds.
That's a lot of salmonella.
It
Oof.
is.
A lot of true enemies around. You know, it's a lot of like times that I have to save my brother from birds. We hate it.
23 birds, y'all.
Yeah, but
I say that, and my mom's friend has rescues wild animals, and so she ends up with a lot of birds at random parts of the year. Mostly ducks.
I think it's
A lot of ducks.
great that we're talking about birds right now, and the ambience right now is just a bunch of tweets.
Yep.
Well, I'm just vamping until you're ready, Bob.
Tweety tweet. No, it's all good. I
Tweety
appreciate it.
tweet. Yeah.
They say north of Northampton, a few days. Y'all can do either like a hunting or a folklore.
Folklore hunting.
Nope. Only 17. I don't know why.
Have hunting?
Probably do. I think it might have been something that we had to add.
Oh, I sure didn't. Oh, I see it. Never mind.
No,
Still doing
hunting is
folklore.
right between heraldry and intrigue.
For you, we have different character sheets.
Oh.
Oh.
You know, I couldn't lie
Goodness.
earlier, but you
Beatrice.
know, I really know where Northampton.
Yeah, you don't. Maybe you can't even explain why you have knowledge of it, but you know that Northampton, where it's placed in Logris, would be way north of where you are. Like they're like a week away from where they need to be.
Where were you coming from?
He looks at his sister. She shakes her head at him.
If you want help, you're going to have to do a little better than that.
Might help you if know anything.
He gets down on his knees and he's like, please, we need some help. We need your help. And then she smacks him upside the back of the head when he does that. It's like, ow.
Hey, there's no need for that. We can't help you if you don't help us.
Who says you can
Unless
help
you
us
want us to
anyways?
just leave, which we can do.
You have to understand, it's very suspicious that you're here. This is not a normal forest, if you haven't noticed.
We got lost, she said.
Coming from where?
Our village.
Where's your village?
Bayard. Now I'm gonna give. I think this would. I'm gonna give Beatrice something because I think the critical and folklore might be fun.
Hey.
You remember traveling with your mom when you were a kid. You remember kind of wandering through a forest, and in that memory, you remember visiting Bayard. Small little village. Nothing to write home about. You remember your mom trading with some lady.
Do you remember what happened to Baird? Is Baird still a thing?
You wouldn't know, yeah.
Is it near Northampton?
Yeah, is it near Northampton? That feels...
You're asking me, like, out of character? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
It's like probably a couple days of good navigation north of Northampton.
So, but they're still too north at this point. Like they're not even close.
Yeah, they're too south. They're like days.
South.
There's days south of where their home would be, and they kind of. Yeah.
You are.
How
far
long have
too
you been
south.
lost?
They look at each other. He speaks up. 3 hours, maybe 4.
Nothing. I was about to say, if it was a month, I mean, you shouldn't be embarrassed. I spent a good month lost.
Well, time does do funny things out here. You are not within 3 hours of where you should be if you're being honest with me.
Nineveh smiles and says, "You went off the path, didn't you?" They look at her sort of like certainly bothered by her, and then they nod. And then he looks at her and he's like, well, "It was her idea." And then she like grabs his ear and pulls it. Ow.
That explains quite a bit. Found yourself somewhere where you didn't expect to be. Do you know how long you were there?
Like we said, a few hours. We were going on the path, and then
And we didn't.
we ran into some, and then he looks at his sister, and she's like, "Bandits."
Human, I hope.
They look at each other, both very skeptically. And he's like, "What else would they be?"
So,
Right, of
Never mind.
course. What else would they be?
how feasible is it for us to direct them back to the road?
I mean, technically, they're on the path. You would send them, but it's a massive path north.
Yeah, I'm trying
Is
more
it
so
near
to
where we're
like
going?
aim nearest civilization. I don't even care if it's in the wrong direction at this point. Like, I would just get them out of the forest if I could.
Owen will kneel down so that she's like eye level with that. What are your names, darlings?
You're tweens. You probably don't need to kneel.
She's trying to be approachable.
Yeah.
And she'll stand with her hands on her knees then and try and do the comforting little thing.
She backs up just a little bit, like just a way to say I'm avoidant and you don't get to do that to me.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, sure.
he seems to be responsive to it. He says,
Yeah,
I'm
then she'll.
yeah,
Owen's pretty. That helps,
It does help.
I'm Kedig.
especially when it's a
This is
boy.
Dinwin.
Panic and Dimwin.
Kedig.
Kedig. All right. Well, unless Nineveh here has a better idea, I suppose the best course of action would be to come with us. If we're going in the right direction. Beatrice, they're kids.
We're not
Can't just
going.
send them on their way.
We're not going through the forest. We're going somewhere
We
in the
can't send them
forest.
away.
We're not
We're
turning them
going
away. I'm just saying we should
into
point them to
Faerie.
the nearest civilization.
We can.
They can regroup, get more supplies, start north again. And not go off the path.
All right. Suppose that's the best course of action.
They look at each other and then he's like, but I mean, you're here and you have knights. Looks at Elian and Cadogan.
Owen will give like
Maybe you can help us then.
puppy dog eyes up at Beatrice.
Maybe you can help us. And she kind of kicks his shin and he's like, ow.
Hey,
As much as I think
Congrats.
taking them would be dangerous on their part, there are bandits.
yeah. Also, this is your brother, right? Dimwin? Look, you never know when you're gonna lose them. So, maybe you shouldn't. I know you're probably scared and wary of strangers.
I'm not scared, she says. We just need
Okay,
knights.
fine. I know
Strong
you're
knights.
probably wary.
Not a bunch of wanderers. We need knights.
We have two
You
in
have
our
us.
retinue.
Knights can wander.
Congratulations, Owen. It's twins. And I'm going to ride my horse away from their small grouping.
What's that supposed to mean?
It means
Oh,
they're your
that-
responsibility.
She doesn't look convinced that she wants to come with right now.
Look,
Well, you can come with us if you like or not, Dinwin and Kedig. We should hopefully pass by an area where we can send you toward a city. Going in with us, our whole journey would be more dangerous for you than a short detour.
we don't need to enter the forest proper with them. We can at least escort them part way. Make sure they're safe.
I just think we shouldn't bring them to Faerie.
Where? He says. And yes, we'll go with you, he says. We have to.
Do you have like an extra horse for carrying baggage? I'd imagine we do.
I'll let him be on my horse. And her too if she wants, but I imagine that she's too proud.
Like a sumpter? Yeah, you could have a sumpter, like a pack horse with you. She's too proud.
She's too proud to get on a horse with somebody else or to get on a sumpter.
To get on with someone else. Too independent.
You can take the sumpter then, Dimwin.
Jean looks at it skeptically and nods.
Sorry, we don't have another palfrey. We didn't exactly plan on picking up wandering children.
Oh, you don't plan for a lot of things.
It's okay. We'll just, he looks at his sister like he's trying to appease her. We'll just find some knights at whatever the next city is. And she nods.
I think they're implying that we aren't knights, Cadigan.
Cadogan shrugs. Finally, someone that doesn't notice me, or know me, he says.
Laugh from Beatrice further up the group.
And Owen just shakes her head and her hands on Biggs.
So
Ruff pulls his hair.
Cadwigin in his current form straight up looks like he could be a brigand.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
I don't think Allian could ever pass as a brigand.
Am I right in that what we're saying is we're walking them back?
No,
and
that
then
wasn't what I heard.
continuing? Okay, that wasn't what I started to doubt once I heard we'll
No.
get.
I think their
Aren't
intention
going
is to
north?
find the next big city in the
next-
forest.
Yeah. On
Oh.
the way to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going
And
on our
then they'll be
way.
able to find their way.
Yeah, we're going on our way, and then we can do a quick.
We're just dropping them
Detour.
at the nearest place. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes so much more sense than what my brain was doing for a second.
Hmm.
Okay. I will take another hunting roll. This time it's nearing evening as you ride through. It's gonna be at a -5.
Can I try an impassion to make it 0?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oof.
Ooh.
I'm doing great here. This is why I'm called Allian the Lost.
Oh God.
Yep.
We
Did
still
you
have
add your-
Cadwigin and Nineveh.
Wait, hey, did you add your? Oh wait, no, it was 0. Never mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
This is
mind.
Forest
Yeah,
Savauge.
does Nineveh help?
It's-
Yeah. Yeah.
that that counts. That's why you're not at a -10 for the.
Mhm, mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
is Nineveh helping?
yeah,
I
that's
just
my
had
point.
my.
Like,
Oh, yeah.
so Nineveh,
Cadigan
just so I
style?
can, yeah, no, it's one roll for the group. So there's normally a massive penalty for Forest Savage navigation. You got a reduction to that penalty, and then that still went wrong. So you guys are lost in the forest.
Oh no. Sorry, kids.
Emily, I'll take a D20 from you, please.
You
Are we at
know
least still on the road?
It's gonna be something outrageous. A 1.
Okay.
The dice hate me so much.
It's either.
They're like, oh, you're back on D20s? Let me give you a 1.
The path starts to narrow, and then it's almost the point where you have to be off your horses at this point. You see up ahead that there's basically a fork in the path. You take what looks like much obviously the bigger path out of the two, and you follow that for what would be an hour into the evening. until it comes
Oof.
to an abrupt dead end. A tree growing right in front of it, and no sign of the path
Uh-oh.
continuing.
Oh, this doesn't look great.
Nope.
Yeah, Elaine was just
doubt it.
squinting into the dark, like, it's not where I thought it was.
Owen will look down at the boy and be like, "Is this what it looked like when you got lost?"
He nods. Yeah. It's like
We should go back.
it's like
Sorry.
the forest is trying to trick us or something.
At least
When I
it
was
had
younger,
some
we used
sort
to
of
walk
solace
these.
in-
We used to walk all the time on the paths. They were bigger and see the sun, the moon. It was just dark.
Things are changing in the forest right now. Things are changing everywhere, actually.
We
need
should
to be a bit
turn
more
back.
careful. I agree.
Turning back around.
Mm-hmm.
You follow the path backwards. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. It's not the same.
I'm sorry, guys.
Nineveh.
He looks frustrated. He must have gotten off the path. Maybe it was that fork, but I'm certain we took the other one looked like a game trail.
Not exactly always trust ourselves in these situations. I think sometimes the forest itself will play tricks on us.
Alien, I'll take a hunting roll.
That's been going great for me.
Beatrice Olwyn, you can give me an awareness at -7.
-7.
Can I try and impassion again to make it 0 or no?
I don't think in this case because I'm calling more for.
I don't think so.
Failure.
Doing
And
great.
Is Olwyn rolling?
Oh, hunting roll?
Awareness
Awareness.
-7.
Oh, awareness.
-7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not going to do anything. Her awareness is
Your awareness is low,
7.
isn't it? Yeah.
Is it
oh,
7?
Well,
Yeah. If you roll a 1,
Yep.
then. Okay.
do.
You continue to wander. I will get Nicole to roll a d20 for us real quick.
Six.
All right. You wander through the evening into the morning without any clearing, any path. I need energetic rolls from each of you.
Success.
Failure.
Beatrice, you're starting to get a little tired. It's starting to impact your patience.
Hate it here. She's doing the old, like, you're on a horse, you lean all the way forward. Like, you're almost laying. That's kind of what she's starting to, like, lay for a little bit, sit for a little bit, like.
I'll take
I'm sorry, guys. I put all my points into hunting and I'm still rolling shit.
Sometimes
Hey,
the
that's what
dice
happens
take it
sometimes.
away.
Yeah, but it's like putting all your points into lance and horsemanship, then jousting Lancelot. Like, you're not up against a normal forest travel here. You're up against. So I will take another hunting roll flat, and then I'll take 2 awareness rolls, or an awareness roll from Beatrice and Olwen flat. Alien, you're rolling at flat. Hunting.
Oh, buddy.
I finally succeeded.
I succeeded as well.
Okay.
Olwen has no idea what's going on.
Yeah. Olwen, you're like, maybe it's like some kind of you're starting to see some of those flowers you saw before.
Yeah, seeing flowers. I'm probably even like pointing them out to
To the
what was
kids.
it, Kittig?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just, trying
I have to imagine
sort of
Beatrice is
try to
just
keep
holding.
their mind off of things. So like kind of pointing stuff out and like, oh yeah, it's fine. See, I recognize these and wait. Oh,
I imagine that Beatrice is just doing what Valentin did to Cassandra, where it's just like there's a hand on the back of her dress, making sure she doesn't wander off.
Oh yeah, well, Cadogan also tends to watch Olwen pretty closely, so just keeping an eye on her.
Yeah, one of the two of you is just like making sure she doesn't wander off.
Okay. So I think, Alien, you start to pick up what looks like tracks. They look human. They look like a person's tracks. Bare feet, looks like.
bare
And-
feet. I didn't see that.
That doesn't bode well.
Excited.
About the same time, Beatrice, you smell a bit of smoke. Maybe like a campfire.
Everybody stay alert. Or near
course.
something.
I suspect a hermit or a vagabond.
I think Cadwigan will look over at Alien. What do you mean?
No shoes.
Bare feet.
She's just gonna point to the footprints.
Would you like us to ride ahead, or should we stay together?
I would stay together.
I don't like the idea of us separating when we are already lost.
How small are the footprints?
Best way to measure is to stick your foot right in one. Owen.
Owen's gonna do it.
We're like talking about moving forward and Olwen gets off her horse.
Okay.
I'm not gonna stick it in directly. She's gonna
No, I
put it
thought-
right next to it.
Measure it. They're only slightly larger than
Yeah.
your own. Like
What
very
about
slightly.
my feet?
I think we should follow them.
Alien, what's your size? Score.
I feel like maybe an American 10.
No.
She's tall.
Size
Your size
score.
on-
Oh, you're
Oh, my size.
Yeah.
Hang on.
It's not normally a stat in most games. So.
No. Her size is 12.
Okay, yeah, so yours is slightly larger.
Then the footprint?
Yep.
Okay. She's gonna turn to Cadigan and go, perhaps a woman? Their feet are small.
Uh-huh. That's what I'm thinking.
Cadringan's gonna just test something here too.
Oh, in my mind, Alien has been walking this whole time to look for tracks.
Oh yeah, you can be doing that, but I think specifically Olwen and others were looking at it.
Yeah, I think the others were, everyone else was riding a horse except for Elegant.
No, I described that it was very, very difficult to ride a horse when you were off the trail. You didn't have much
Missed
in the
that.
way. Yeah, so you would have been wandering. Yeah, you can ride it, but you're basically going about as fast as you can walk. So you would have just been saving your leg strength. That would have been about it. But Cadragan does look down at them and he says, "They're narrow steps. Maybe someone old."
Oh, old. Oh. Oh.
He feels around and he looks, he's like, "They have a walking stick with them."
I do? Can you tell?
He motions to like where it's stuck almost like perfectly in several of the steps. I'm only playing him this way because he has a 20 hunting from the previous the rabbit catching thing. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Owen kind of visibly deflates a little bit. Oh.
Elliot is not sure why Olin is disappointed by this. She's like, it's a person, I don't get it.
And I mean, it's not as important that we follow it.
Kedek says,
Still.
maybe they have food. Maybe we can rest and get out of
It
this
might be a
place.
trick.
Oh,
I'm curious who would live here. Beatrice, Nineveh, it seems the kind of place that one of your kind would live.
Yeah, that seems right, but I wouldn't trust anyone inherently.
No, I'm just curious.
Nineveh shrugs. I can't. I guess it could be Meg.
Let's find out, shall we?
She spent a significant time in Faerie. Her age could be different than Vivian's.
Right. Well, we should keep our eyes out.
The consensus is...
Pardon? I didn't hear Rebecca.
I suppose if the consensus is follow, then I agree. Yes. Keep our eyes open. Keep on guard.
Yeah, like, I'll play the NPCs and their opinions, but I also don't want to lead the decision making, if that makes sense. So
Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt you. Yeah.
Okay.
And Alien's vote is to go see who's there.
Is there
So
anyone
that's-
vocally
yeah.
against going? Because it sounds like. Okay. So if left even to like well, we can do either or. I think, Kedek and I think Cadogan specifically just wants to make sure that there's no one nearby that's a threat, and also that this might be an opportunity for stores or something, replenishing food. So you find yourselves approaching a small cabin, a small, like almost hovel made of wood in the forest. Wood and sort of
Oh,
like
lovely.
in a natural, almost like a natural mound that it was built into.
How lovely. It's usually a cave. They've got quite a nice house here.
No. What's the etiquette then? Do we knock?
I guess.
This is a courtesy roll.
Occurs. You're very low.
What do we do at the front door?
It's up to you. Do you want to approach it from a courtesy or from a fairy lore perspective?
Oh,
I crit.
Crit.
Oh.
Crit, so-
courtesy.
Gonna do fairy lore. That's on fairy lore.
I'll look at Fairy Lord. Sure.
It's so. I think fairy lore would dictate that in the case of anything that would be polite, human niceties would tend to play well. So courtesies from your land, which would typically be announcing yourselves and not surprising anyone, not either not pissing them off or frightening them. Right, would be the goal. So announcing yourself. So a knock is a method of of announcing, but so is just calling out your name.
I think Old would call out as we entered the clearing, like, "Hello, is there someone around?
I
So,
will-
me and any
I'll take an awareness roll -5 from all three of you.
bro failed."
Like, I love your reaction anytime there's an awareness roll minus anything. It's immediate, like, no.
Like, listen, I don't pass these when I have. Oh, no.
Why?
Yeah. So you're
I
all
need
looking
glasses.
around. You
Passed so
hear
many of them.
Obviously.
you hear
Alright, hang
nothing
on, maybe
but
I'll roll better now.
the ambient sounds of the forest.
Since we don't notice anything when we enter, Alien will
Sorry,
walk
let
to
me-
the door
Yeah. Okay. Just
and
making
knock.
sure.
That's what her intention is.
Okay. Understood. So you walk to the door and you knock. What is Beatrice and Owen doing while that's happening? Are you staying put? Are you approaching?
I'm staying on the horse.
Yeah, I'll stay near Kiddig because I don't want to leave him because he's my responsibility, but also like trying to keep an eye on Dimwin as well.
Alien,
It could be Frau Totenkinder.
awareness roll -2. Beatrice and Olwyn, awareness roll -5. I love it.
minus 2.
So
you said?
close.
Success.
Big ol' failure.
And it was a
I think it was
-5.
-5 for you guys.
Oh, it's -5. It's an even bigger failure.
Mine stays the same.
In the case of Beatrice, I'm gonna play this into your sight a little bit, just because you're far enough away. You hear. No, we'll say you almost like you see a bit of, almost like from mist, for lack of a better term, but it's like breath, and you hear it almost like a whisper. It's like it seems to be like filtering like through the doorway.
Alien. So it was just a wind noise. It wasn't a word. It was just.
Yeah, it was like a mist and a little bit of a it almost sounded like someone that took a deep exhale. That's what it sounded like.
Don't like it. Living up to that suspicious, my friends.
Yeah.
Alien, I'm not sure it's safe to be that close. Can I huck a rock at the door?
Oh.
What is Alien doing in
Small rock.
response?
Small rock, just enough to make noise.
We
This
talked
one.
about
Roll?
this.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to. What is Nicole's response, or Alien's response to that? To Beatrice?
She's gonna look back at Beatrice for a moment, just confused, and then she'll just start to step back because she knows not to argue with the witch.
Ah, such good advice.
I feel like she learned that from Faerie and all that stuff. She's like, no, just do what they say.
I'm gonna yell hello, and then if I don't get an answer, then I'm going to huck the rock at the door.
Okay, from your distance, you yell hello. Make an awareness roll -5.
All of us?
I understood Elian stepped away, yes?
Yes.
Yeah, all of you.
Success. Still
Okay.
just me.
So I think Beatrice, you see the same thing, but this time it's a.
You cut out. I didn't hear
Yeah,
it.
it's like a. It's my mic's probably cutting out. It's a. It's a help me almost, but it's like a whisper on the wind.
Yeah.
Oh no. I'm gonna reach for a bigger rock. But I don't want to get near it.
I think Cadragon's gonna look at Beatrice and raise an eyebrow. What? What? What?
There's a voice. I love the exasperation of Cat. I'm gonna be like, why? Why are we doing
Well, it's like a bigger rock. I got it. He's
Why
like,
is
"Wait,
this
what?"
always
Like,
your?
put down the
Why is
small
this
rock.
always
No
your
one's hearing it
eye?
other than
one.
Beatrice.
Yeah,
I think that's-
exactly.
I imagine she's going, bigger rock.
Like, he's
After
like, "How do
she
we
says
make
it out
bigger?"
loud.
There is a voice and mist coming from the door that's saying, "Help me."
Voice in the mist.
Yep.
What does it say?
Alien's gonna look to Nineveh.
Like wind.
Nineveh.
Does that sound like Meg?
It sounded like Meg. Oh
No, does that sound like Meg?
You guys aren't hearing
no,
each
I
other.
was asking
I don't think.
Beatrice.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought I was asking Beatrice what it sounded like, and I couldn't hear what she said.
I don't
Sounds
think
like
Beatrice
wind.
mentioned Meg. Yeah.
Like
I-
wind.
yeah.
Got you. Just like wind.
Like a whisper. Nineveh, do you see or hear anything?
She looked like she was almost like not fully paying attention. She looks back. There's someone inside.
Is it?
Yeah.
They're very
Yeah,
ill.
they're very ill.
She nods.
We should help them. Right?
Well, and that's not always the best course of action, but we can investigate.
I mean,
Who wants
Why
to
can't we
open the
try to help?
door? Because sometimes
do
people
it.
pretend like they need help when really they want to hurt you.
I'd rather get myself in trouble trying to save someone that needs it than ignore
Stay back,
someone.
Lady Olwen. It'd be better if I
No,
go to the door.
I
And then
can do it.
Alien's just gonna approach it.
Okay.
Alien's like, that's my job.
Okay. So once Elian hears Olwen saying we should approach this, she steps into night mode and is like, "I'll be the protector." Is that the idea? Okay. So
Yeah, she's like, oh, it's been decided. One of us is gonna do it, so it's gonna be me.
you open up the door. You see an aged lady laying, kind of like belly down on the floor, reaching towards the door. She looks up at you, weak eyes, and then she starts to groan. And
What
you
is it?
swear, Elian, you swear she just aged a little bit before your eyes.
Great. I'm going to kneel by her and, like, I guess check for a pulse, but I'm also going to try. I imagine the room is not very big because it's like a little hovel.
Yeah, it's not a very big house at all. This would be like,
So,
one room.
yeah, I'm going to
basically.
look around and see if there's, like, anyone else in there or anything that stands out
Nobody.
to me. being possibly dangerous.
No beat at all. But when you bend down and you kind of take a look at her, she looks like she's dressed in like noble clothing.
Beatrice, Nineveh. I think you want to see this.
Owen's in.
Yeah,
What's your
suppose she's
reckless?
probably right behind. It's 11.
Okay. I'm trying to figure
Yeah.
out if you're delayed or if my computer's slowing down. But all right, so let's go in order of sort of like reckless or energetic. I'll let you choose. Or are you gonna test against? See who's like next. Or valorous, I guess.
What's Valor's? My Valor's is 17, which is
You're choosing
kind of
to
like
do
an
that. You'll
automatic.
I think you'll beat everyone else if you want to choose to do that.
Yeah, she's already ready to get
Okay.
down the door.
So I think, Alien, to your surprise, you turn around and you see Lady Olwen's right behind you, and then as you call for Beatrice and Nineveh, who follow not long after.
Unfortunately, I don't think she's actually surprised. She's just disappointed.
Wow.
She's like, what did I just say?
Nineveh will be the last.
And, like-
and Beatrice and Olwen, I need a recognized roll. We'll go with flat in this case.
Oh no. I'm not going to be much
Fair
help.
failure.
My recognize is nothing, so. Yeah, that's what I thought. We have no idea.
Sure looks like an old woman to you, Beatrice. Olwen, you're not sure who it is, but you swear you've met her.
What color is her hair, Bob?
White.
Oh, okay. All right.
That doesn't mean it's out of the question.
It doesn't mean it's not who I
No,
think it
sure
is.
doesn't.
She'll kneel down. How can we help you?
She just
Who
says
are
it
you?
again. She says,
Oh, and I
When-
don't think this is a mortal issue you can solve. And she looks back over to the witches.
Can I look at her with sight?
yes, you can roll sight. So can you, Olwen, if you wish.
I do wish. That's a success on sight.
Success.
Okay. So just as you kind of look beyond your own awareness and vision, you see a look of something almost like that mist. Her breath, as it leaves her, it's drifting off every time she exhales. It seems to be like more than just leaving her. First off, it's not cold enough for that breath to come out that way. Second off, when it leaves, it's almost like it's parting ways. It's very clear that it's exiting her and going elsewhere.
Can I try and catch it? Or is it go through my fingers?
It goes through your fingers when you try. But you absolutely do try to catch it. It makes sense.
Does it feel like anything, or is it just like running your hand through fog?
It feels a little cold, at least.
Who are you? If we're to help you, we need to know who you are.
She looks around a little bit delirious. I'm gonna do 3 tests for rolls real quick.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna touch your hand.
Don't touch.
It's definitely cold, but
I mean, I
not
already
like,
touched her, so I don't know how that works.
Oh, well.
just
You just would've
supernaturally,
said not to
or
anyway.
not supernaturally cold, just like someone who's dying. That makes sense. Okay. So in that case, her eyes. She looks at Beatrice for a second. She's like, "I know you." And then she looks at Oh, and I did those rolls completely wrong, too, by the way. It doesn't matter. It's still the same outcome despite that. He says, oh, you. And then she looks at Nineveh and her eyes soften. And she's like, Nineveh? Nineveh, is that you? Help me.
Who are you? How do you know us?
She almost looks, someone who's on the cusp of not altogether with it. She seems like she recognizes you but doesn't know you, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Though she calls out Nineveh, she's like, I need to get home to my sons.
Huh.
Can you find my horse?
Heal her?
Can you find Padarn?
Oh no. Are you the lady of the land?
And then at that point, she says, Lady Or? And then at that point, yeah, Nineveh's like right in there. What's happening? I don't understand what's happening. Why? The lady looks confused too. I think I'm dying. I think someone else has been chosen.
Owen's gonna turn to Nineveh and say, do something! Did you do anything?
Owen, calm
She
down.
needs more help.
Owen, she's dying.
What? We can do something. We can help her, right?
You can't keep someone alive forever.
He's in pain.
Nineveh, who
hurting.
is this? And what does she mean by chosen?
She looks upset. Like Nineveh's clearly like I don't think you've seen her emotional actually.
No, I've only seen her take
Yeah.
joy once in someone else's pain. So
She looks sad at this. And she just says,
The
she's a
choice to
friend.
do nothing is still a choice, Nineveh.
I can't help. This is beyond me.
she's dying, Owen. There's
And you see her, the lady starts to kind of like writhe in pain a bit. Nineveh looks to you all pleadingly and says, I can only help her along.
It's
I'll
helping
help you.
in some way.
I'll help you,
Owen,
Nineveh.
I think you should check on the children.
They're standing at the door. Their mouths are like wide open. They're watching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
Owen,
Owen will like
Look at
go
the children.
wide-eyed and immediately like go and take care of them.
All right.
Is Nineveh implying that we are doing a spell, or is Nineveh implying that we are ending this woman's life?
The later.
We are ending this woman's life.
Yep.
Okay, Beatrice is going. I have a knife.
Yep.
Had a knife. Nineveh. This woman is clearly your friend, and I understand if you don't want to be the one to do this. I can do it.
She pulls out a like a pouch. She kind of puts her hand on yours. It's the first time her hands don't feel great, like they're callous, right? As they touch you, but she puts her hand on yours and shakes her head, and then she pulls out a pouch. and kind of unrolls it, and there are ingredients inside.
Not gonna lie, it's make me flash back to like a week ago with my cat.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're not trying to bring real trauma into
Perfect
this.
timing.
Yeah.
Stop.
We'll speed along with this piece, but I think there's a beautiful moment after I think Beatrice. Do you want to do like a? Oh man, I can't remember if there's an actual skill for like what you did in the apothecary, but this is that sort of business.
It's not surgery. It's, I mean, maybe
Actually,
first aid.
it would 100% be surgery, but it's of a specific nature, one that most people wouldn't know how to make.
I
So
should
in
have
this
put
case,
points in surgery.
no, this is a different kind. This isn't setting bones and stuff. This is poisoning someone, basically.
Oh, I want that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look it up after, but we'll assume that you're at least able to help along with this.
Yeah.
It's herbalism, but I don't know how that would be.
Yeah, I don't know what that
Mechanically.
is. Yeah, could be a folklore, but it seems really arbitrary and really. This is a sort of like secret knowledge, so I'd like to do something different with it. But she blends the ingredients together, and after she serves them to the lady looks at in peace a bit. She's probably aged in the time you've been here. She's probably aged like a year or two. Visible and quick. And she will reach up to Olwen just because I think, or no, Olwen's not right nearby. I guess.
Owen went to help the kids.
Alien's still there.
Yeah, she'll reach up to Ellie and kind of just hold her face for a second and say, "Tell my sons that I love them."
Alien just kind of nods. She doesn't know who her sons are, but she figures they do.
Yep. She was pretty delirious with who you all were to begin with, right? You see her pass. She does look. For a moment, she looks happy and at peace before she passes. And I think that is a good place to stop.
Random lady in the woods. I have so many questions.
So that was in
Is that
fact.
going to happen whether or not we got lost?
Who knows? That was in fact the
Did
Lady
I
of the
roll
Lands.
an old lady die?
Oh shit!
That was who? That was the Lady of the Lands?
Yeah.
Oh, that was Mouse's mom.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
No, Owen figured it out.
I don't think Beatrice did.
Do you remember the last time you interacted
Melvis
with
as
her?
in King Melvis?
The last time we
It was
interacted
when
with her,
we
she was
were at-
giving birth to her son.
Yes,
Mm-hmm. The
Twin boys.
Prince Mellis.
twin.
Prince Melvis, okay.
And then her twin
Yeah.
boys.
Beatrice heard
Hmm.
find Padarn though, so
Wait.
she might figure it out given context.
Twin
clues.
boys?
Boys and
How
Padarn.
hang on. How old were they?
I'd be a few years old now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She shouldn't have been this old.
So like 3, like toddlers?
Yeah, they'd be
Not
toddlers.
like the age of the kids that are outside. Okay.
No, nope.
She had twin boys. One of
Yeah.
these.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But, like, Alien's a man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and do a quick wrap up, and then we will continue
Yeah.
our adventure in Savauge next week. We'll start with Olwen for outros, or Rebecca. Sorry, been doing that lately.
Be Owen if you want. Hi, I'm Lady Owen and I play Rebecca. and I'm here every Tuesday. Thanks for hanging out with us and join our Discord if you want. We've got a lot of fun memes and jokes, and we post our schedule there every week. And you can find our backlog with all of our socials, posting them all in the chat right now. And that's me done.
Emily.
I'm Emily. I played Beatrice, and I have so many questions.
That's fair. And Nicole.
I'm Nicole. I was Sir Elian the Lost, and she has a lot of questions, but she doesn't think she's probably going to ask them.
Sir Elian the Lost.
That's fair.
I have that written in my sheet because last downtime she was so lost.
Listen, she's living up to it today.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's fair. So there's another interesting thing with this scenario that I'll point out as we close. And she is technically the queen of Savauge right now.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it passes to her children.
So
Oh, darn.
But didn't she have only sons?
Not better.
Is it matrilineal?
no, there's a King Savauge as well. Remember, he was out.
Yeah, okay.
Son.
Yeah.
So it could be Melis.
No, Melis is
No,
Cadwys.
Melis is not. Yeah.
So Melis would fall under Cadwys lineage, whereas
Although
the king
Melis,
of Savauge's children would be the twin boys. So that would
Melis
go that
isn't
way.
necessarily hanging out in
I mean, no.
with Cadwick. Olwen doesn't know.
I'm just saying
but-
claims-wise, he doesn't have a very strong claim.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean the King of Savauge is now like 3 years old?
No, the king of
Potentially.
Savauge, we don't know if her husband's fine.
Yeah.
Her husband could be totally cool.
Do you remember their names?
I haven't
remember that it was
somewhere.
later referenced in Lord of the Rings or Silmarillion. Tolkien used those
Castor and
names
Pollux?
somewhere. No.
No, that's wrong.
They
That's
were
really wrong. I'm
Balin
sorry.
and Belon.
I'm trying to find my notes.
Colin. Yeah. Yeah.
Balin and Belon.
I don't know why my brain was like, that's the answer.
Full tragic twins.
It makes
yeah.
no sense. All right.
All right. So next week we continue where we left off because we're only halfway through our Savauge adventure, but we should be able to wrap this for
Woo.
next week. And that was fun. I had a
Yeah.
good time. Hope you all did too. We're back next Tuesday without any interruptions. If you like the Pendragon stuff, we do it Thursday. Friday in a connected universe. So we're off this week. We're back after the holiday week with our Fridays, and then we're in Salisbury on Sundays. So these are all in a connected Britain, telling different parts of the story about Arthuriana. So hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Year of our Lord, a mournful chill hath settled upon the realm of Britain, for it hath endured a desolation of 16 winters, bereft of a high king to guide and unite the land. The Supreme Collegium, entrusted with the sacred duty to anoint a rightful sovereign, hath faltered in its solemn task, lamented the whispers among the people. The 9 surviving legates, their voices entangled in a web of protocol and precedence, hath failed to act. Alas, it seemeth the twilight of the Collegium, as a potent body hath descended upon us. Throughout the land, tales abound of tribute paid, but alas, it floweth not into the coffers of a worthy ruler, but rather into the hands of invaders and those ill-fitted to the throne. The noble lords of Logris, once stalwart pillars of our realm, hath been laid low, though some secrets lie shrouded in mystery. Duke Ulfius, a survivor of many a harsh winter, findeth himself enshrouded in whispers of a shadowy alliance with the treacherous South Saxon. Duke Corneus, long in hiding, hath emerged from the shadows, and as he journeyed northward with exiles from Hanton, a fateful clash hath erupted at the border of East Saxon. In the wake of many a raid upon Caerwent, key strongholds once lost hath been reclaimed. The Irish, like a relentless horde, wage war upon the lands of Gales, swarming in their thousands, akin to vermin unleashed upon the fields. Norgales, in the throes of despair, offereth tribute to the mountain tribal leaders, known as the Three Cadlus. These Cadlus, in their quest for willing souls to join their cause, dangle the allure of plunder. Yet, little plunder will be found in battling against the Irish. In the heart of Cambria, the kingdoms of Avalon and Camelot convene beneath the banners of peace, a meeting graced by the presence of the illustrious kings Leo de Grance and Ninteliad. King Idris of Cornwall hath need of willing souls, and the castellan of Castle Dimlock in Tintagel doth seek volunteers for his cause to defend against the King of Cornwall. King Cerdic of Wessex, ever the ambitious warlord, raiseth a formidable host, and seeketh the aids of mercenaries. A fleet of ships, a foreboding harbinger of strife, hath also been amassed under his banner. In the fabled lands of Salisbury, the great Marshal's tournament hath been postponed, for news of turmoil along their western borders hath reached their ears. The Castle Woodhouse, a bastion once held by the late Prince Madoc, and a hoary hill fort of Westford Castle, are said to have fallen under the dominion of mercenary armies. Yet the superstitious whisper of fey folk and giants, laboring to reclaim what was lost in the days of Uther's invasion of the magician king's Summerland.